Periodically, not every year, only when it's really warranted, we pick out individuals that are the kind of people that had the right stuff that Pete did. These are the 2012 winners of the Pete Conrad Award. So you'll hear more about them. Dana has been so wonderful to come over after traveling abroad, coming back, working with us last night with other congressmen, and we're going to have him share some inspirational advice and learnings from aerospace. But before we do, Jim Bajan is, as you saw in the film, an engineer, a doctor, the leader of patient safety at the Veterans Administration Hospital. But what's more is that some people say, you and Jim Bajan talk about the same speed. And we both have a lot of energy, but he has been an unbelievable resource to this country and has done a terrific job of driving patient safety, being courageous, pushing the envelope, and an astronaut, somebody that we can look up to say, thank you, Jim, because you've done more than we can even, we couldn't list everything that everybody has done here, but thank you, Jim, and we're really proud to give this to you in honor of Pete, and very fitting that an astronaut would get the Pete Conrad Award. Mike Henderson, the basics. You heard him at the end of the film. There isn't a weekend probably that we don't talk, that we work together to figure out how to keep driving what's going on in healthcare and safety and quality. He's the leader of quality of the Cleveland Clinic. A terrific resource, a humble resource, a serious resource, always brings us back to the data. It's the balance of being excited about what we can do in patient safety and quality, and he keeps our feet on the ground about the basics, while at the same time keeping our head in the clouds of doing the right thing. And Mike, you are a quiet behind the hero behind the scenes, and we're so grateful we have a man like you, a liver specialist, the fellow as general surgeon that does some of the most complicated surgeries that one could undertake. And so he has the respect of other caregivers because he does. And so thank you, Mike. David Klassen, I think, is the biggest unsung hero in patient safety on the planet. David is always behind the scenes, always, we talk every week. He is always has the passion. Behind the scenes, most people don't know that the global trigger tool, the trigger tool that we use, that OIG used to understand where our harm was, and so many things that we have in patient safety, the CPOE flight simulator, David Klassen, the Healthcare Associated Infections Compendium that we used for our 2009 update to the safe practices came from David's leadership behind the scenes. Never in the spotlight, always behind the scenes, always a servant leader. You could win the Greenleaf Award as a servant leader, David, and thank you so much. An infectious disease doctor, associate professor at the University of Utah, but more importantly, always a friend to everyone who wants to help with patient safety, always behind the scenes. Thank you. David Hunt, one of the most productive, most optimistic and thoughtful committee members that I had in the patient safety area of the safe practices for better health care with the National Quality Forum. Always had a minute, always helped push the envelope, always an optimist. And so David, again, we could go for hours, we won't, but just a terrific leader now, helping really lead health information technology practically with stories, but understanding the nuances, a general surgeon who really understands what's going on in the operating room. And then we have Steve Swenson. And this is kind of bittersweet because Steve has been the leader of quality at the Mayo Clinic, a fabulous organization. An honor to always work with Steve. And now he's been given the baton to lead the leadership development for the Mayo Clinic in the future, to carry that tradition forward, to develop great new leaders. And so we couldn't let this year go by, Steve, without recognizing your contributions as leader in radiology. We have multiple papers coming out this year, still reading CT scans, and a wonderful and humble leader behind the scenes. And you don't hear about these guys. You don't hear about them because they're hard at work making patient safety a reality. So Dana, we'd love for you to take the floor. We'd like to thank you all. And the reason that there's an opening here is for a picture with Nancy, and that we'll put in there. And but you'll be getting your award in the mail after we have the pictures. And so please give these guys a hand.
Good to see you. Good to see you.